Hey everybody, welcome to Tuesday Tea Time and Insurance Tips. If this is your first time here, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Sybil Green Padilla. I am your host here on Tuesday nights to provide information about insurance, need to knows that are going to be helpful for you and your family. So thank you for tuning in. I'm not going to be long winded. I noticed last week I just went on and on and on, so my apologies. I'm going to jump right in. So, you know what to do. Let's grab our tea. I'm drinking one of my favorites, ginger and lemon. I love this tea. This is one of my favorites outside of green. So, I'm drinking something, a little bit of honey. So, I hope you have something good as well. So, let's take our sip. We're going to jump right in tonight. That's why you're here to get the information, not to hear me rambling on and on and on and on. So, tonight we got a great topic. We're going to talk about the 10 reasons why your insurance company may not pay your claim. 10 top reasons. Okay, so we're going to jump right in. Number one, suicide. A lot of people don't realize that if you buy a policy and that person kills themselves, God forbid, within 2 years, that insurance company will not pay out that claim. Okay, so there is suicide clause on your insurance policies. Every company has them, and usually it's 2 years. Now, before I go on to number two, I do want to let you know, look at the disclaimers on your policies. There's lots of disclaimers to say why they wouldn't pay. These are going to be your 10 top reasons why. But every company, as I always say, has different disclaimers. This is more general, okay? Most of the companies are going to go by these 10 that I'm talking about, but there are going to be some other disclaimers that you want to read about that they will tell you right there, we will not pay if such and such happens, okay? So, but these are your general ones. I just wanted to bring these to you because we do get a lot of questions about that also. So number one, suicide. Within 2 years, if again, person kills themselves, herself, the insurance company will not pay the claim on that policy. Okay, lied or withheld the info. I laugh at this one because you would think nobody lies or withholds info on insurance applications because they just don't. But yes, they do. This is why this is number two. It happens a lot. I think one of my videos I shared a story about one of my clients that gave some misinformation, not purposely, but she was off on some of the dates of her procedures that she got done, and when she died, the insurance company didn't want to pay that claim. So it's real important, whether it's intentional or not, is that you want to make sure that you're being truthful, you're being honest, you're not withholding any information. If they asked you, did you smoke, or and you say, or chew or dip tobacco, and you say no, don't do all of that, but you didn't tell them that you vaped, because probably, I don't know if they asked. I'm actually including that in my questioning now. But you withheld that information. Well, vaping is considered with some companies smoking, most companies actually. So I do know one company that doesn't consider it tobacco or smoking, but you want to check out. I always tell you guys, do your due diligence. Every company is different, okay? So you want to make sure. All right, so lied or withheld information, that's number two. The third reason, of course, is a person just stops paying their premium. So if you stop paying your premium, that policy is null and void. It's no longer in effect. So if you didn't pay that premium, that person died, and that premium wasn't paid, that policy will not be paid as well. Number four, die doing risky behavior. Some of you daredevils out there, you like to bungee jump, you like to skydive, you like to go to the 20-foot roller coaster and let it dip and swirl around, the death drops. You guys like all that stuff. That is not for me. I never have liked all that stuff, but some of you guys love it. Zip lining, anything risky behavior and death occurs, you have to be careful. Your insurance company will consider that risky behavior, and you'll see on the disclaimer they say we will not pay for risky behavior, and they sometimes name them. So that is a reason why your insurance may not pay or honor your claim. Number 5, moving right along, criminal activities. Yes, did you know the insurance companies will not pay if you got killed robbing a bank? Or say you tried to rob, somebody and you were stabbed to death. And just, God forbid, my condolences go out to all these families on these mass shootings at the bank, the recent one on yesterday, at the schools. And they've killed the actual, person that was doing the mass murdering. So that person died doing a criminal activity. Okay, so that family, if they had an insurance policy on that person, I don't care how long they've been paying on it, they will not pay that claim because that person died in the midst of committing a crime. So that's really important to know. Okay, so just let's do the right thing. Okay. 6, active war. Most of you guys know this. We love our veterans. We appreciate all that they do, but unfortunately, insurance companies do not pay acts of war. But of course, the Veterans Administration, they do take care of their veterans. They have insurance policies on there. They do take care of the spouses when a death occurs. But some insurance companies do not pay on acts of war. Person dying in, while serving their country. So that would go through another channel, which would be your Veterans Administration office or the VA. You would go to them, and they can tell you how you can get, a claim for your loved one. All right. So, but we're just talking about in general insurance companies. Okay. Number 7, moved outside the country. Okay, you bought the policy here in Georgia or South Carolina or Texas, and you decide to move to the beautiful island of Punta Cana, or you want to go to the Asian islands or the mountains, anywhere out of the United States, and of course you still have that policy and you died outside the country. A lot of companies will not honor that policy because you're out of the country. Okay, so again, not to sound like a broken record, but read the exemptions or the disclaimers that the company has at the bottom. Okay, or usually on the last ending pages, you're going to see disclaimers or exemptions, reasons why this will not be honored. This policy won't be honored. So number 8, has no insurable interest. This is a good one. There used to be a time where people could get insurance policies on their neighbor, on anybody, even if they didn't know them. And if that person died, they could go in and cash in. They have an insurance policy, cash in and get money. They didn't even know them. So they did put laws in place because, of course, a lot of insurance fraud was going on. So what they did, there's put laws in place, like I said, to make sure that anybody that gets an insurance policy on anybody who is the owner of that policy has to have an insurable interest. So that means that there has to be some type of financial loss when that person dies for you. So say, for instance, if you're the owner of that policy, and you get a policy on your husband or you get a policy on your wife, that would be considered an insurable interest, because if that person died, both of you guys work, that person dies, there's going to be a financial loss on your part, okay, because you're missing that person's income because you were dependent on that income. Okay, so that is considered an insurable interest. So again, there has to be some type of financial loss upon that person's death. So a lot of businesses have, business key person insurance, which, if that person dies, of course, that company is going to suffer a great financial loss because that key person or that important person, that president, that CEO, that whoever that is who runs that company has passed or has died. So there, that would be considered insurable interest. So, or key person insurance. That's what that is talking about. So if there is no insurable interest, that's a possibility that policy won't be paid or that claim won't be honored. Okay. Number 9, benefits don't know. How many times have you guys heard me talk about these beneficiaries? I could tell you some stories. People die and nobody knows who the beneficiary is. Awful, awful, awful. The person didn't even tell them they had an insurance policy. The person didn't tell the beneficiary who they were, so they do not know. They're scrambling around the house trying to figure out did they have a policy? Where is it at? Mom said she had a policy. Sister said she had a policy, but I don't know where it is. Let the person know, let the families know that you do have insurance, you and who you took out, who you made as your beneficiary. Okay, so there's no fights and no, issues. Let them know prior to. It's nice to have maybe a family discussion around the table. Let the family know this so-and-so is going to be the beneficiary, but she's going to make sure that everybody gets such and such and such and such. And you lay it out. I'll do another video on wish books. Those are going to be great. Let your family know everything that it needs to be done. So beneficiaries don't know. That's another reason why claims aren't paid. They don't even know how to claim it because they don't even know they're the beneficiary. Okay, enough for that one. Now, number 10 is going to be similar to that. I talk about this one all the time. Ex-spouse was not removed. Man, I did maybe two videos on this and gave stories of clients that did not remove their exes. They were thinking they did when they remarried and they still have their exes on there. Well, guess what? When they died, their exes got the policy. The new wife or the new husband was left without anything. Such sad cases, okay? So make sure when you remarry, if you divorce, and if you still have a relationship with your ex and you want them to be the beneficiary, that's fine. But I'm talking about people that did not know, did not realize, or forgot that they put their husband or their wife on as their beneficiary and they died and never got a chance to change it. So make sure you get that done, okay? And so that is number 10. So anytime you feel like there's been a disservice and you felt like the claim should have been, you read the fine print, it didn't say anything what they would not, what they would not honor. You can go to the state insurance department about an appeal. I've actually helped a client to do an appeal. They didn't win, but they were able to get an appeal done. So you always can go to your state insurance commissioner's office and do that on an insurance company if you feel like you've been any injustice has been done or your claim was not paid unfairly. Okay, so I hope that was some great information for you. Thank you guys for always joining, and if you find that valuable, as always, I ask you to like, share, and subscribe so that other people can get this great information as well. But thank you again for tuning in. If there's anything I can do for you, answer any questions, just leave a comment below. And you guys have a great rest of the day. Let's grab our tea and let's take our sip. And I'm going to say nighty-night. See you next time. Bye-bye.